Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at KREM 2 News at 10. I'm Casey Decker. Well, tonight, a meeting over a new planned middle school in Spokane, sparking fury from neighbors. That school is being built on what's currently the South Hill Dog Park, and neighbors are demanding a new place to take their pets. KREM 2's Morgan Trow explains why the proposal has elicited such a fierce response and what city leaders are doing to try to calm it.
The South Hill Dog Park saga continues. The city of Spokane and Spokane Public Schools says they have heard the concerns of the demolition of the park. But community members said tonight that they don't think they've heard them at all.
So don't offer this anymore, please. It's just not fair.
South Hill resident and dog park representative David DeLong has been leading the fight against the shutdown of the beloved 15-acre South Hill Dog Park. When the city of Spokane and Spokane Public Schools announced that the brand new Carla Pepperzak Middle School will be replacing the park, DeLong and others spring into action. But after hearing them speak today, he feels they just don't care.
The school district isn't really doing everything that they could do to find a big enough area and a good enough area, even on a temporary basis.
City leaders met with more than 100 members of the public to propose two temporary options for the park goers on the same site. The first is 5.5 total acres split up, and the second is 1 5-acre site. The city says they have a whole process to find a long-term solution for not only the South Hill Dog Park, but for the lack of other adequate dog parks in the city. But for DeLong, one of the biggest points of contention is the fact that this has been an ongoing issue for years.
They might have been able to use that intervening 3 years to find a permanent, good location for us.
He says he supported the 2018 levies to approve the expansion of the SPS district.
We want to make sure we maintain your trust. We made a commitment 3 years ago. Some things changed. We're coming back with some solutions so that we maintain that commitment.
You know, talk is cheap, but we haven't seen any action.
He says the trust has already been broken. There was one last-ditch effort to prevent the school from building on the land, but the leaders say that is a non-negotiable. Community members say this isn't over yet. And if you still want to give feedback but weren't able to attend the meeting, a link should be available soon, provided by the school and the city, to be able to give them your concerns. Reporting on the South Hill, Morgan Trow, KREM 2 News.
Well, after weeks of triple-digit temps, the weather we're seeing now seems darn near frigid. So going to meteorologist Thomas Patrick now. Thomas, I actually turned off my AC and opened my window last night. So how long are these temps going to last?
Yeah, same here actually for the last couple nights, and it has been really enjoyable to give the air conditioning a break. The good news, if you love that kind of weather, it is here to stay really for most of this week. In fact, the last 2 nights have been about mid-40s for Spokane. Tonight, looking at those similar temperatures, maybe a couple degrees warmer than the last couple. Got 48 for the expected low. Later tonight, early tomorrow morning, we got as cool as 46 on Monday morning, and there's where we'll be yet again. For some, it is a little bit cool. It's you're kind of teetering on the edge of, do I leave the windows open or not open at night? But at least the air conditioning is not going to be running either way, at least not through those evening hours. Had a little surge of cold air behind this cold front, which is now moving through central Canada, but our temperatures will recover a little bit for tomorrow. In fact, this is going to be a pattern for the rest of this month. We will actually be quite cool at night and thus below average temperature-wise, but the afternoons will still be plenty warm. So coming up, detailing how many days we'll see in the 70s and 80s all the way through this upcoming weekend.
All right, we'll be interested to hear that. Thank you very much, Thomas. Well, now to the other major stories that we're tracking tonight. A disturbing sign about the new wave of the coronavirus. Kootenai Health just installed a new oxygen tank in their hospital. Now, this comes as COVID-related hospitalizations are surging past previous records. And COVID patients, well, they use roughly double the amount of oxygen that normal patients do, according to Kootenai Health. To meet that need, this much larger tank was required. You might be able to see it here, the difference in size, that old tank on the flatbed and the new one on the ground. Really a significant move there by the hospital. And let's go ahead now and dig into some of the numbers we're actually getting from Kootenai Health right now. Currently, 91 patients are being treated for COVID-19 in just that one hospital, and 34 of them are in critical care. That ties the previous record for that facility, and it means that nearly half of all available beds in the hospital are being taken up by coronavirus patients, 97% of whom, by the way, are unvaccinated. Meanwhile, in Grant County, some very sad news today. 12 more people have been killed by the coronavirus there. All of them residents of Grant County, according to the health district. Now, to be clear, not all of these deaths happened in one day. This is just when the health district reported them. Nonetheless, it brings the total number of deaths in that county to 146 over the course of the pandemic. That's one of the highest per capita rates in the state. And taking a look at Spokane County's daily COVID data now, there were 326 new cases reported. In the past week, 12 new deaths reported here as well. There are currently 184 coronavirus patients hospitalized in Spokane County. And with all these surging cases, some entertainment venues, they're taking extra steps to try to keep customers safe. Washington's governor recently re-mandated masks indoors for everyone, vaccinated or not. KREM 2's Ian Smade tells us what we can expect at local venues.
Just yesterday, the company that sells tickets for the concerts at the Riverfront Park Pavilion announced new requirements to attend those shows. This comes just days before Counting Crows is set to perform at the pavilion. Here's what you should know before you plan on attending a show at our local entertainment venues. If you have tickets for a concert at the Riverfront Park Pavilion, there are some changes you need to know. AEG Presents, the company who sells tickets for the pavilion concerts, sent an email to ticket holders yesterday with changes to its COVID policies. From now until October 1st, those attending a concert at the pavilion will have to show proof of full vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test from the last 72 hours to get in. The first show this will impact is this Saturday's performance by Counting Crows. Starting October 1st, the testing option will be dropped, meaning you must be fully vaccinated to attend a show. This comes as the FDA granted full approval to the Pfizer vaccine. The company also says that if a local government decides to enforce a vaccine mandate for public events before October 1st, they will follow suit. Acceptable forms of proof include your vaccine card or a digital copy of the card, such as a photo. When it comes to shows at venues such as the Spokane Arena, the First Interstate Center for the Arts, or the Spokane Convention Center, you won't have to be vaccinated for now. Those venues are managed by the Spokane Public Facilities District. They told KREM that there are currently no plans to require a COVID-19 vaccine to attend shows, such as the Jason Aldean concert or the Seattle Kraken preseason NHL game next month. However, like the concerts at the pavilion, the Public Facilities District said they would follow a mandate from Governor Jay Inslee requiring full vaccination for public events. Another local entertainment venue, the Fox Theater, says they will be meeting soon about vaccination requirements and plan to have a decision made next week. What about Northern Quest's policies? According to their website, they are asking people who aren't fully vaccinated to wear a mask when attending shows. The Bing Crosby Theater in Spokane has possibly the most strict policy currently. According to their website, you must have proof of vaccination by either showing your vaccination card or having a photo of the card. You can also show a negative COVID-19 test, but it has to be from within 48 hours before the show. There are still a number of places to get vaccinated against COVID-19 in the Spokane area, including healthcare providers and places such as pharmacies. For a full list of those locations, you can visit the Spokane Regional Health District's website at srhd.org. In the studio, Ian Smay, KREM 2 News.
Well, today the Spokane Airport unveiled a new addition. We'll tell you what it is and why you might need to plan in a little extra time before your next flight. Plus, new details about the dump truck driver who crashed into a Dutch Bros and injured 7 people when we come back.